Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm so happy. I'm still buzzing after that win yesterday. Arsenal won, Tottenham Hotspurs 0-0. Great victory by Arsenal. It wasn't vintage, 3-4 goals like what we normally get in a North London derby. It was a hard-fought victory, and the defending yesterday was absolutely incredible. Per Mertesacker, Lauren Koscielny, Bakary Sagna, Kieran Gibbs, they were all heroes yesterday. They defended like Trojans. I thought Arteta in front of them was absolutely amazing as well. And listen, this is a new side of Arsenal that we've not been used to seeing over the past few seasons. A team that can defend a 1-0 lead. We got that one goal early. Could have got two. We should have been 2 up. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain clean through. Could have passed it to Podolski, or could have put it in himself. Messed up that chance. But let's face it, the defending was brilliant. Apart from a couple of little errors by Szczesny in the second half that nearly let Tottenham in, did they really have a decent chance at scoring a goal apart from that? No, because the defenders dealt with everything. Tottenham seemed to have this tactic where they were just hitting long diagonals to Emmanuel Adebayor. Listen, Per Mertesacker plays for Arsenal, mate. Lauren Koscielny played for it. They deal with everything like that. As soon as it came in, boom, it was away. And I thought yesterday was an excellent defensive display by Arsenal. I heard some pundits, I think Paul Merson, even criticising Arsenal, saying we got lucky. I don't know what game Paul Merson was watching, because, listen, when other teams do that, you hear them saying, oh, great performance, they ground it out, they was never in threat. When Arsenal do that, it's like, I suppose they're all used to us, free-flowing attack and winning games by 3 and 4. But as I said, there's a resilience to this team, a fight to this team, a lot of heart in this team, and they showed it in abundance yesterday. And so far, it's been a good March. The March that everybody was panicking about and saying that, that's going to be it. It's going to be all over for Arsenal. Well, we beat Everton, got through to the semi-final of the FA Cup, 4-1. We drew with Bayern Munich. All right, we're out, but we drew with them. We weren't humiliated over there at the Allianz Arena, which is a very difficult place to go to. And we've gone away to Tottenham and beaten them there for the first time since 2007. Now, let's go to Chelsea and do the same thing. We haven't won there for a long time. Arsene Wenger's never beaten Mourinho there. It's his 1000th game, Arsene Wenger. Surely this is the time to do it. Chelsea, listen, we saw on Saturday they are an excellent team, but they're not unbeatable. We saw even earlier on in the season, a couple of teams have gone there and have been very unlucky not to come away with the 3 points. So, I'll tell you what, it's really hotting up, and we're back in the title race. Let's get into your tweets and see what you guys had to say about the game. I'm going to try and read out your Twitter handles today as well, so that when people hear this, they can follow you as well. First tweet comes in from a Manchester United fan, would you believe it or not? And he says, he's from @Tactical United, and he says, this is from a United fan who just watched their worst game of the season, and United were dreadful yesterday. He said, it was the sort of win, our win, Arsenal's win, that shows signs of winners. And that is a thing. Like, Man United have been doing that for years, grinding it out, these sort of wins. When you're not at your absolute best, you still got to win. It's all about 3 points. At the end of the season, they don't talk about, in that game you put 6 past them. They talk about who won the title. At Bilal Kadani says, keeping the title hopes alive by thrashing that lot and sending them mid-table is pretty decent. Pretty decent indeed, mate. At J Guna1 says, wasn't the best performance, but we won ugly in a big game. We've got to play better against Chelsea to get all 3 points next weekend. True. At Arsenal, Dilek says, the defence is working out brilliantly. Now, all we have to do is keep Sagna, and I'd love us to keep Sagna. What a great performance by Bakary Sagna yesterday. And, some of his tackles, he was on a yellow card, and he still timed them to perfection, worked hard. I thought he was excellent yesterday. At the Cat said, he's put us back in a strong position in the title race. Still optimistic about the 9 games left. I said on Aftermath last week, it's not over yet. We got to get this mentality in our head that about it being over and just concentrating on the FA Cup. I don't want to hear that. Let's go for the title as well. Hardy Singh, his Twitter handle at HardyHaHa14 says, great win, defence was solid, won without key players. Check this out. Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey, Mesut Ozil, Theo Walcott. 4 key players missing, right? And you think of the hundreds of millions that Spurs have spent, right? And we still won that game. And he says, bring on Chelsea. Great ones. The great ones, 1,000th game. The great one, of course, being Arsene Wenger, not that idiot over at Chelsea. At Maddie says, beat them 3 times, knocked them out of the Champions League with Mike Dean as the ref, beat them for the first time since 2007 at the Lane, and took selfies at the end just for a laugh. I mean, we took the proverbial there, I'll tell you what. And listen, word to Mike Dean. We give him a lot of criticism. I thought he refereed that game really well yesterday. He let the game flow. It was a full-bloody North London derby, but he let the game flow. So credit to Mike Dean. And you don't hear that a lot from me, but he refereed that game very well yesterday. At Popo Galepo says, great defensive display, but can't play like this for the rest of the season. We need to increase the tempo and be more clinical. At CBF says, first win at Spurs in the league for 7 years. That's a nice one to break. He said, Koscielny and Per Mertesacker were like a brick wall. And he said, we're still in the title race. At Harry O'Reilly says, confidence restored in defence. Now to push on to the harder games. If we get a point versus Chelsea, the double is on. He's talking confident. At Guna Trend says, it's a win that will galvanise the squad further after the Munich and Everton games. This team can win ugly and they can beat Chelsea. Will Stratford LSU says, what a difference 2 weeks makes. Win at Everton, draw at Bayern, win versus the Spuds in the North London derby. We are back in the title race. Fazal Khan says, massive win and what a goal by Rosicky. But we still need a world-class striker. Giroud is not good enough. He showed that. He showed no fight. He did have a very poor game yesterday, Olivier Giroud. He's going to have to play much better than that against Chelsea. Elia Martin says, we burned the chicken in their own library. I like that one. Thomas Lee says, we now can win ugly. That's a great skill. Roll on next month. Best signing has been Steve Bold. And listen, word to Steve Bold, he's definitely got that defence. I mean, we haven't been able to defend 1-0 leads for a few seasons, and we're doing it now. Jason Oxley, at Jason Oxley says, a good result on the weekend, but we can't allow Chelsea that amount of possession we gave Spurs. Defensively, though, we were second to none. And the last one here coming from at Amobi A, he says, Thomas Rosicky is just like a fine wine. Gets better as he gets older. Brilliant. Fantastic performance. And the interesting thing was today is when I was listening to my radio is that nobody's really talking about Arsenal. Still, they're saying the title race is wide open between Manchester City, Chelsea and Liverpool. Hold on a minute. We're on the same amount of points as Liverpool. We're only 4 points behind Chelsea with a game in hand. If we beat Chelsea, even a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. But if we beat Chelsea, listen, we are serious contenders. That's what those players, as I said last week, get this mentally into your head. Go there and make a statement. Beat Chelsea, beat Manchester City. If they were to win those next 2 games, Arsenal would actually be in the driving seat for the title. I don't know if you guys realise that. As we know, they're very difficult games. They are 2 top teams. Chelsea at their place. Very hard place to win, but if you're going to be champions, that's the sort of thing you're going to have to go and do. Oh, I'm still buzzing from yesterday. I know you can, I hope you can feel that. I'm still buzzing. I've watched that Thomas Rosicky strike now about 20 times. I've got it on my Skybox and I just keep rewinding it back, watching it, rewinding it. Oh, it's been brilliant. Fantastic win for the boys. Don't forget to check out our shop. These, stand up. If you hate Tottenham, are flying out of the shop. I'll give you a story about that. Yesterday, I was standing next to a Tottenham fan as we was going into the game. And I was sort of, at one time, over the sort of other side, talking to my cameraman and that. And this Tottenham fan was there giving it and shouting his mouth off and that. And he's going, oh, them Arsenal fans, they think they're bad because they're behind the barrier. And I said, excuse me, mate, I'm an Arsenal fan. Oh, mate. He goes, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. He goes, no, you're not. I said, what's this, mate? I showed him my T-shirt. He just looked, oh, I tell you, it was classic. Oh, I so enjoyed that North London derby yesterday. As I said, don't forget you can get these in the shop and other T-shirts. Make sure you check it out. It helps us a lot. It helps us to pay for tickets to go along to those sort of games. And don't forget our new app is now available at the iTunes shop. Go and check out our brand new app. You can now watch our videos on our app. If you're going to away games, it gives you directions on how to get there, tells you about the ground, etc. Loads of pretty cool features on it, fixtures, Arsenal news, everything's on there. Make sure you check that out. The brand new app. Go to the iTunes store and just download it. Arsenal Fan TV. I'm still buzzing. Chelsea next week. Let's go there, boys, on Arsene Wenger's 1000th game. And get us back in this title race for real. In the driving seat. I'm buzzing.